YouTube, what's going on? Willie P coming back with another one. Let's get it. You know I gotta keep the fire coming. Let's keep it rolling. Today I have a great one. Today I'm gonna talk about why we ignore red flags before jumping into relationships. Yes, I did a video a while back of why we ignore red flags, while we're in a relationship. But today I'm gonna cover why we ignore red flags before jumping into a relationship. Yeah, you know, fairy tale beginnings, the honeymoon stage. We're always gonna, ignore red flags because we can't see them. When we're going through that honeymoon stage and the fairy tale beginnings, the first couple months, we don't see any red flags. We don't. So I'm gonna cover, some reasons why we ignore red flags before jumping into relationships in the fairy tale beginnings and the honeymoon stage. That's the first reason. So I got to bring it full circle because, like I said, I did why we ignore red flags while we're in a relationship. So today I'm going to do, reasons we ignore red flags before jumping into relationships. Why we ignore red flags before jumping into relationships. So I'm going to bring it full circle. I love my dating, relationships. That's what I do, life. So lock in. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a great one. Before I start the video, please watch the entire video. Like, subscribe to the channel to receive more content like this. Just content about life and various topics. Let's get it. Yeah, that fairy tale beginning. The honeymoon stage. We don't see anything. We don't see anything. We don't see anything negative that our partner is doing. You know what's funny? We actually laugh our partner's bullshit off during the honeymoon stage and the fairy tale beginning. Like when our partners say, or they don't keep their word when they say they're gonna, do something. Let's just say, for example, they say, "Hey, baby, I'm gonna have the food ready, as soon as you get home." And then you get home and the food's not ready. We don't hold our partner accountable during that honeymoon stage and the fairy tale beginnings because we want to give everybody a clean slate. We don't know if it's the real them. So we give them a pass. So we get home and the food's not ready. We may even laugh it off during the honeymoon stage and the fairy tale beginnings. We say, "Baby, don't worry about it. You probably had a long day. I'll take care of it." Yeah. That's what we do during the honeymoon stage and the fairy tale beginnings. We laugh it off. We say, "Baby, don't worry about it. You probably had a long day. What all you do today? I know it's a reason you couldn't do it." We give them the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, that's what we do. That's why we ignore, red flags before jumping into relationships. We always give them the benefit of the doubt because we give them a clean slate until things repeatedly happen time and time again. You start to get annoyed. But that's the first reason we ignore red flags before jumping into relationships. The fairy tale beginnings and the honeymoon stage. You don't hold your partner accountable during this period. Like I said, this is usually the first couple months. You don't hold them accountable because you feel like, and this leads me to my second point, you feel like once you get a commitment from your partner that they'll change. So we ignore red flags because we feel they'll change once they commit. Once we commit and we're around each other every day and we, really have to do for each other, look out for each other, they'll change. Yeah, we feel like our partner, they're gonna change once they commit to the relationship. Once they get that ring, or once I call you my boyfriend, girlfriend, we think they're gonna change because we think they automatically have to change because it's a title now. We have a title. So we think with the title comes certain responsibilities and certain things you are supposed to do and certain things you're not supposed to do. But that's the real them. It doesn't matter if you're in a relationship or not. That's the real them. But we ignore that red flag because we feel like, once I call her my girlfriend or our boyfriend, or once we, get married, they'll stop that bullshit. I don't have to worry about that no more. They're just doing that because there's not a full commitment. That's the way of think. That's why we ignore red flags before jumping into a relationship. Because we feel like, once they commit, they're going to stop that bullshit. They don't have no choice. Because it's a title behind us now. They don't have no choice. Second reason we ignore red flags before jumping into a relationship. We feel like commitment will wipe everything away that they done up to this point. That's the second reason. Third reason we ignore red flags before jumping into relationships. You're desperate for a relationship. That's the real reason. That's the biggest reason you ignore red flags before jumping into a relationship. You ain't been in a relationship in a long time. You've been single for a long time. Yeah, you've been single for a long time. You lonely. You sad. Sad, so you want a relationship. You need somebody. Yeah, that's what it is. That's why we ignore red flags. We get lonely to the point where we say, I'll put up with whatever bullshit just so I ain't lonely. Just so I ain't got to sit at home by myself at night. You're desperate for a relationship. That's the real reason we ignore a red flag before jumping into a relationship. You're desperate for one. Because when you don't feel desperate for a relationship, people will play their hand and show you their hand all the time. To the point where you'll know, okay, that was a no-go. But yeah, you're desperate for a relationship. That's the real reason you ignore a red flag before jumping into a relationship. Yep. I love my relationships, dating. This is what I do. I love it. I keep the fire coming. Gotta keep the fire coming. Let me know what y'all think. Why we ignore red flags before jumping into a relationship. I keep the fire coming. That's what I do. Comment, like, subscribe. Knock another one out. Pop, pop, pop. Let's get it.